action-packed both teams. One of the guys we want arms is about a shot and hope he misses.
Well, he'll give you a 30-piece bucket, a 40-piece bucket.
We've got a lot of home games on the docket, but they can't take anything, guys, for granted.
They've been playing a lot of basketball lately, Kevin. This is their third game in 4 days. The league didn't make it easy for them when they set up the schedule like this.
But I don't think it'll really have too much of a negative effect on them. Maybe the starting five won't play quite as many minutes as they usually do, but in terms of energy and endurance, I think they'll be fine.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit. Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Pacers in Indiana. And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points.
I don't hear about that. Caron Butler is one of those rock-solid, steady vets. Just a pro's pro, we call it. Entering the final year of his contract. You know he's looking to be aggressive out there.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Warriors in Oakland.
And he was disruptive defensively, too. Yeah, but really aggressively trying to make plays. In fact, he had 4 steals during that game.
On defense, Milwaukee. It's a 5-point game. And for Butler out of UConn.
Now in an all-star game back with the Wizards. Now going into his 12th year in the league. He's had a great career.
And he gets it to go.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
Looking at the last game for the Oklahoma City Thunder, it was a loss to the Wizards.
Yeah, but that game
Got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping. Things only got worse.
Here's Westbrook. Brandon Knight picking up that last basket. No good from Lamb.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. Still trying to find the stroke.
From D. Ilyasova. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Ilyasova's got himself on the board with 3 there. Thunder have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, a bit ago, Scott Brooks and I were able to chat. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup. Their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play usual. Their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Thank you very much, Doris. The defensive strategy guys being heavily enforced by the coaching staff.
And that's in large part because of the talent they have on that side of the ball. A lot of length, speed, quick hands. They've got a lot of ability on that side of the floor.
Well, when you've got the horses, you got to ride them and let them run. And defensively, they've definitely got some horses. Well, you could see it at the start of the season. Oklahoma City was being driven by falling short in the 2012 finals. Their focus was on being the best team in the West, and they jumped on that goal right from the start.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And for the Thunder, the second best regular season record in the league last season, Steve, at 60 and 22.
Boy, and they had the best point differential in the league. This year, defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Now, here's Sanders. 14 points in Indianapolis. Now, here's Lamb. He's covered closely. Here's Perkins. Rebound, Milwaukee. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
And, of course, 2 teams in opposite conferences. They're only going to play twice, 1 on each team's floor.
I'll keep talking about, just the lack of meetings between these 2 teams from different conferences. And probably isn't a whole lot of hostility between them, not a lot of emotion, at least right now. All that being said, Clark, it still makes, I think, for a very interesting matchup.
I'd say so. I mean, these West versus East contests give us a chance to see the style differences between the conferences, which are sometimes much more pronounced than you might think.
That's a real good point, because there are different different kind of players, ways rosters are made up, and
No
so on.
question about it.
That one is off.
Well, Brandon Knight out of Kentucky is more of a combo guard than a pure point when you look at him offensively. But with his long arms and good athleticism and at 6'3", I think there's a lot of upside for him at the defensive end of the floor. I think he's a guy that could defend one and twos effectively.
Nick Collison's checked in for Perkins. And the second free throw, good. And for Brandon Knight offensively, he's still trying to figure it out.
I think he's best as a spot-up shooter. I mean, he does have some point guard skills. He's got some athleticism, but he's really an excellent outside shooter when he's got time to set up. You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
He dishes it to Pachulia. Kicks it to Ilyasova. Pachulia inside. He's covered by Collison. And Westbrook, here we go. Puts up the baby hook, and that one's good. Westbrook's got 8 points. Milwaukee's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Knight kicks the button. There's the feet to Pachulia. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Collison. Now the fast break. Lamb with the ball. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Knight. Bucks leading by 3. There's the screen. Outside Butler. Lots of room. That's good on the jump shot. Butler's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, something that makes him hard to defend is his ability to receive a pass and get off in a quick, fluid motion. So you better beware of where he is on the floor at all times.
One of the premier catch-and-shoot guys in the league, Steve. There's no question about it.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Stolen. There's a minute 34 left here in the first quarter. Middleton can't get it to go.
You know, in Larry Drew's case, it was a bit of an unusual situation once the season concluded. He was in the final year of his deal. The Hawks said we'll interview other candidates and left him free to interview for other head coaching positions, and he landed in Milwaukee.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. He wants to see a lot of movement on the perimeter from their shooters, saying, quote, he said the open looks will be there for us as long as we stay in motion and don't get caught standing around. Kevin, we'll see how that strategy pans out as this game develops.
Thanks, Doris. Well, Stephen, back to Coach Drew, of course, he ended up signing with the Bucks.
Well, that was an interesting move for him to go from Atlanta to Milwaukee. You know, the Hawks were one of the better defensive teams in the league last year. I think that's what the Bucks saw in Drew. And that's the idea for him to really help his team get the most out of its players, particularly defensively.
Nick Collison is really a savvy veteran big man with the Thunder. I mean, he's been with this organization his whole career, going back to the days in Seattle. He's a guy who's really helped establish the culture of this great organization. He accepts his role, and he does it well. They are really doing a good job establishing a presence inside early.
It's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Fisher with the ball. Now guarded by Ridnour. And Roberson kicks to Collison. From the baseline. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And going back to Nick Collison, a lot of the Thunder's most effective lineups include him on the floor.
Well, that's because he's so versatile at both ends. On offense, he's a great passer. They can run their offense through him on the elbow. And then defensively, he's one of the best charge takers in the league.
Thunder by 4. Here's Cephalosha. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Delfino passes to Middleton. Not loose. For 3. No good from Delfino. been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Bucks lead by 2. Take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Be there. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, and they've got it all going tonight.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Ilyasova and Sanders in the middle. Jay out there, Luke Rittenauer, and it's Delfino in its small forward. Oklahoma City trailing. Cephalosha kicks to Roberson. Outside for Jackson. Tries a 3, and that one's good. Jackson's got the first points up on the board. Second quarter.
From the East against the West last season, 14 and 16, which was better than most teams in the East, and part of why they were able to make it into the playoffs.
That's good from Harris on the assist by Delfino. And the lead by 1. Oklahoma City shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. This is it to Cephalosha. Fires from deep, and he gets it to go. Cephalosha's got 5 now. Well, back to the Bucks. With their small backcourt, they could have nights where they could just run teams to death, and they were able to take advantage of a few teams like that.
Well, the main thing is that they weren't afraid of anyone. Ellis and Jennings were just trying to run the ball down your throat, but in the end, it wasn't a combination that the Bucks felt confident with, and that's why they were willing to let Ellis and Jennings go.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. In third, the Thunder.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. I mean, you could see their confidence growing as they continue to put up points on the board.
Rittenauer kicks to Harris. Delfino with the 3. Perkins pulls it in. The Thunder with the lead. Jones with the screen on Rittenauer. Pass to Roberson. He kicks it to Perkins. It's tipped. And that is good.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, a curious signing for the Bucks this offseason, bringing in Pachulia on a 3-year mid-level type deal. This is a team already for Tobias Harris last year for what became a couple of second-round picks. They did much the same with Mbah Moute. It's all about getting the most out of your assets. Guys, we'll see how the Bucks do shuffling their pieces around.
It'll be interesting to see. Thanks, Doris. No good on the free throw.
Well, the Bucks playing here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center, one of the older arenas in the NBA at around a quarter century, and the Bucks.
As Jeff Perkins, Durant comes in for Jones, and Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Roberson. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And back to the arena situation here in Milwaukee. This is one of the smaller markets in the NBA. Steve, that can make it tougher to get an arena done.
Well, there's there's a potential change in ownership that has loomed over the franchise as well. Obviously, we all want to see the team stay in Milwaukee. A lot of great history here going way back. So hopefully an arena deal will get done.
Here's Knight following the basket by Jeremy Lamb.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
He feeds it to Jackson. Right side Jackson. Westbrook dishes to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Boy, and their offense scorching now, red hot. They've really turned it on.
I don't think they can play any better, guys. I mean, they are just making it look easy out there.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in this first half.
Another thing they've been doing so far tonight is knocking down the jump shot.
Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, he is none too pleased with the play of his club out there, and looks like they need a little time to get things sorted out here.
I don't know of any coaches that would be too happy if they just saw their team give up a run like this one.
Bucks trail by 9. Feeds it to Pachulia. The kick out to Mayo. Connects from three-point range. Mayo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You know, you look at Jaja Pachulia, he's a guy I think that's underrated. He can really score around the basket. He knows how to use his body in a physical manner. And he can step out and knock it down from 15 feet, too.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
The pass to Pachulia. Rebounded by Lamb. Lamb's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Back to Pachulia, originally from the Republic of Georgia in Eastern Europe, and has played most of his career in Atlanta, Georgia.
You know, probably a little different Atlanta.
It is, Steve. It is a lot different, actually, for the Republic of Georgia.
Just a little. But he's really solidified his place in the league. Tough, throws his weight around, draws fouls. All the things you like in a backup center.
Here is Ilyasova after the main shot from Collison. Pass to Pachulia. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from 12. And that one hits back iron.
But an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. You know, he can be a little awkward with the ball sometimes when it's in his hands, but not that time.
Why do you think it is we don't see more of those out of him, Steve?
I don't know. I mean, he's certainly got the size. He just lacks the confidence, I think, sometimes to hit the basket.
Now Mayo and Jeremy Lamb's three-pointer.
Fired that pass for the assist.
Westbrook passes to Collison. Here's the dish to Lamb. The shot's good. Collison making the play. There's 37 seconds left here in the second. Knight kicks to Butler. Dishes it to Pachulia. It's taken away by Collison. Now here's Lamb, defended by Butler. Lamb passes to Ibaka. Good. And now an 11-point Thunder lead.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Here's Lamb. And that concludes the first half. Thunder out in front. They're up by 11. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
Russell, thank you so much. Kevin, hard work pays off.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
Now, presented by Sprint. The fun has begun on this Saturday night, and we're ready to look back at all the first half action. Oklahoma City up on top against the Bucks at Bradley Center. A win here would propel them above 5. And midway through, the Bucks are still alive. They've been getting roundly outplayed up to this point. They'll need a bounce-back effort to make up for it in the second half. To Milwaukee as the third quarter gets underway.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Clay created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And I'll tell you what, he was smart with his shot making too. He really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
Berg reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Gentlemen, as you know, Kevin Durant is a real gym rat, a guy who just loves the game of basketball, and he enjoys studying the greats. Maybe his favorite? Durant Smile. Larry Bird is a guy I like watching. I watch film on him all the time. I like his approach to the game, his competitiveness, how low maintenance he was. He played hard, he played for the love of the game, and that's what I've got. Guy's one of the best small forwards in league history. Not a bad role model.
No doubt about that. Thank you, Doris. Now here's Mayo. After Jeremy Lansmas got him with the pump fake set move right there. Mayo's got it back down to within single digits for Milwaukee. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they played 5 in downtown.
You know, with so many high hopes, the Thunder seemed to be everybody's pick to make it to the finals once again. They were so dominant throughout the regular season. Many thought it was a foregone conclusion, but the injury to Russell Westbrook,
Clark, as we've watched, I mean, they've created one chance after another inside.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And back to the Thunder in the postseason. They did well to get by the Rockets after Westbrook injured his knee. But Steve, they just didn't have the same dynamic punch when they later faced the Grizzlies. Ended up getting bounced out in the second round.
Well, it was a tough matchup for them because the Grizzlies are so good defensively, and when you take Westbrook out of the lineup, all of a sudden it changes everything. I thought Oklahoma City battled, but they just didn't have enough firepower without their point guard.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. And Ilyasova kicks this in. He dishes it to Mayo. Butler against Perkins. Clock at 6. The offensive rebound. Sanders' shot is good.
The defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. He urged his guys to pound the offensive boards, to follow every shot, and start cashing in on some putbacks and extending possessions. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense. Lots of shots and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Snatched up.
Continually showing out on the floor, and I think where you really see it most is on the offensive board.
And another thing he's known for all over the league is what an angry shot blocker he is. He does it with an attitude when he knocks it out of the air and sends it behind the shoe.
Up it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Sanders.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Now here's Westbrook. 14 points for him. And Ibaka slams it in.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
And, you know, out of Turkey, Ersan Ilyasova, interesting combination of talents. I mean, he's one of the more intriguing guys in the league when you watch him closely. Not the biggest or the burliest, but he's got a toughness about him that shows itself on the offensive glass. He's also a really good outside shooter, able to play that spread 4 role.
Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Ilyasova's got 5 now.
Well, the bounce pass was the key to the play.
The feed now to Lamb. Fires for 3. Continued to deliver Steve last year.
Day hybrid.
Defense and blocking shots and rebounding, but he polished up his offensive skills enough to be an impact player at that end of the floor.
He's off on the second.
Most improved player.
He is a scorer. He is an aggressive, attacking guard. I just think he's more than Russell Westbrook.
And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket for Middleton. Westbrook's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, don't you just decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Sanders, and he uses the glass on the layup. Sanders has got 7 points in the game.
Big pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, was angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
Blocked. Here's Ridnow. Playing so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Guys, when you turn the ball over more than the other side, you have a hard time keeping up with them, and that's what's going on right now. That's what they're going through. Turnovers, giving the other team opportunity.
The Thunder lead by 13. Outside Jackson. Out to the wing. Here's Fisher. Off target with that shot. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder lead by 13. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Oh, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination. Completely in sync on the alley.
Here's Harris. Ilyasova and Sanders in the middle. Mayo out there with Jay. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Now here's Butler. Harris outside. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Ibaka. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Ibaka. And Jackson with the basket on the assist from Ibaka. Jackson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Thunder. And closer look here at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
They worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance.
Thunder leading by 13. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And he just a pretty lead there from
The groove here in the second half.
right now.
Coach obviously has a ton of faith in his offensive ability and shared that faith by insisting they get him more involved. The other thing he discussed with them was forceful with the ball. He said if they see a gap in defense, guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here is Sanders, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Now Sanders. Back to Knight. He kicks to Mayo. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
O.J. Mayo is out of USC. He's in his sixth season in the NBA, fellas, and he was considered the top player in his high school class. Very, very highly regarded. He's yet to be a star at the professional level, but I think he's looking to solidify himself as a quality starter.
First one falls for him. And for O.J. Mayo, 6'4" player. Some people saw him as a guy who could play point guard, shooting guard. He's just a player, though. He can do a lot of things on the floor.
He's a decent ball handler, but he's a shooting guard. I mean, he can be a little bit of a combo guy, but for the most part, he's out there to score, and most of those points coming off jump shots.
Mayo hits them both.
Well, after a brief two-year drought, the Bucks got back to the playoffs this past season, but it wasn't pretty once they got there. With several guarantees from players about upsetting the Heat, they didn't win a single game and were swept by the Miami Heat.
Bucks trail by 13. Knight gets a screen from Ilyasova. Here's Sanders. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time.
They're doing their best to erase the deficit here with some smart passes and some good shooting. I mean, those two things go hand in hand. You're going to make shots, and the passes have to be on target and on time.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would upset them, but many thought, Steve, that they would at least get a game.
Well, I wasn't one of them, Kevin. I thought they were overmatched from the start. And you could tell in that series, Miami wasn't even interested until the fourth quarter. They knew they could just flip a switch and beat this Milwaukee team. And that's exactly what they did.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Scott Brooks was discussing with his players. He said to them, the lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down. It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Here's Sanders. That's good. Sanders has got 11 points here in just the second half.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Westbrook with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Westbrook passes to Durant. Outside Durant, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Yeah, no problem. How about that turnaround?
Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
And Westbrook, here we go. Perkins Westbrook's with the bucket.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Bucks trail by 13. Timeout called the Bucks.
Well, they're getting way too many easy shots in the paint. So this timeout is specifically
It's easier said than done, but right now it just doesn't seem like the necessary.
Really tried to pick up their energy level, saying, forget. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Well, you can sense the urgency with them now. I mean, right here, they're flat in the first half. They come out here in the second half with a lot more fire and a lot more intensity. You can see they're driven to get things done.
Here's Westbrook following the basket by O.J. Mayo. Westbrook dishes to Ibaka and stolen by Ilyasova. Knight kicks to Mayo. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. 11 points for O.J. Mayo.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of the last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
Lamb passes to Ibaka. Sanders with the steal. Durant against Butler. Now, here is point for O.J. Mayo. The Thunder leading by 7. Lamb dishes to Westbrook. Pass to Perkins. Back to Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. He feeds it to Ibaka. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
No slowing him down. Just some incredible numbers for Ibaka. He's got 8 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
But he's done a better job than the numbers indicate, really. I think he's been really sound defensively, and he's helped his club.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. The Bucks making a switch here. Harris is checked in. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game. The Bucks have gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. Feeds to Ilyasova from downtown. Thunder with the rebound. Outside Westbrook. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Jones checked in for Ibaka. Roberson comes in for Kevin Durant. Tabo Cephalosha is checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And Fisher subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Nick Collison's checked in for Perkins. 26 seconds left in the game. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Collison. And so the Thunder now can just hold on to the ball. Cephalosha with it. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlled. The Jordan player of the game. Doris, take it away.
Russell, congratulations on this win. What were the main factors that helped you stay in control of this one down the stretch?
Just try to be aggressive, and we did a good job in all game of staying aggressive. Our defense was key towards the end, and we did a good job of closing the game out.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Alright, if you enjoyed the video, my name is Jaquavius Leonard Harris. Make sure you leave a like if it's your favorite video so far. And if you want to leave a comment, go ahead. But, this is gonna wrap it up. The next time I make a video, we'll be going up against the Trailblazers, the Portland Trailblazers. So yeah, man. What else? This weekend on Saturday, I won't be able to make a video because I'm gonna go to the car show. So I'm just letting y'all know. Yeah, but that's gonna wrap it up. I'll catch you guys in the next video.